Baby, the South Africans are still mad, y'all. I just woke up to so many comments from the South Africans, y'all. They still worrying about this Zulu parade. Like, it's been over a week. Just let it go. Like, the parade is still happening.
The image you're looking at here is of the Zulu Parade in New Orleans, a tradition which dates back to between 1909 and 1916.
Y'all doing all this for what? Y'all mad, y'all in y'all feelings, y'all coming in my comments, y'all letting a stranger in a whole nother continent make y'all feel some type of way. You heard me? It's never that deep. It's never that deep. Baby, New Orleans not worrying about y'all. We just had a French Quarter Fest. A fest for the French. Now we getting ready for Jazz Fest. You heard me? We not worrying about Zulu right now. Zulu is in 309 days. Y'all can come back and fuss when that time come, because I know y'all gonna do it again. And all y'all South Africans saying I deleted my video, baby, I never delete no video. You heard me? Never. Y'all got it deleted for harassment and bullying. I get paid for my videos. So why would I delete my video? I'm not scared of y'all. Come on, let's be for real. But anyways, bring all y'all African friends to my page so I can get some more coins. You heard me? I need y'all African views. But anyway, y'all, Zulu Parade is still happening. We still going. Y'all still gonna be mad. And we don't give a lovely.
South Africa got a problem with us having a Zulu Parade. Come stop them.
Hey buddy. Listen up. In 1879, the Zulus defeated the British in the Battle of Isandlwana. 20,000 Zulus with spear and assegai wiped out the British army. The British, the mightiest empire that has ever existed on planet Earth, the Zulus wiped them out. Don't f*** with the Zulus, man. Don't f*** with the Zulus. You know, that being said, this guy says, you ain't gonna stop us. Please, the Zulus, if you're listening right now, get on an airplane, fill that cabin with just Zulus in your traditional tribal clothing, and go to New Orleans and give them the fright of their lives.
Now, South Africa. I know South Africa is not coming for our Zulu. I know you're not. I'm from Thibodeau, Louisiana. I know one thing South Africa better do is mind they mother ding dong business. You do not want Astrathio Moon to get started on South Africa, worried about our African tradition in America. Listen, bro. Yeah. You better call Malema or somebody, girl. You better call Tyler or somebody. Because you do not want Astrathio Moon to come for South Africa. Mind your business and worry about that electricity and them jobs. That's what the you need to worry about if you're going to be worried about Louisiana and our African history. Okay? Mind your business and learn the culture before y'all come up on these panels with your little bit of electricity that you got throughout the day to worry about what we're doing in Louisiana. Thank you.
The tradition seems to be based on a skit or comedy which a man called John L. Motea saw, and which inspired him to create and organize a carnival. The comedy John saw had people in grass skirts wearing makeup, as you're seeing here, and it inspired him to reorganize his marching troupe. With this, Black Americans were allowed to have their own carnival, and this is how the tradition began, because around this time, there was a lot of segregation. They were not allowed to celebrate with white people in their carnival, so they said they'll create their own, and this is how the Zulu Parade was born. Now, recently, Africans like myself and Zulu people in South Africa have discovered this, and it's causing a lot of controversy and tension between Black Africans and Black Americans, unfortunately, specifically those of New Orleans and specifically those in South Africa of the Zulu ethnic group. Now, have a look at this image and tell me, why do you think exactly the Zulus in South Africa are offended by what they're seeing? If you don't understand why they may be offended, I'll give you an image from a Belgian tradition called Black Pete. Have a look. This is Black Pete, a Belgian tradition where white people paint themselves black and have red lips, afros, and so on. Now, according to them, this is their tradition. It's not meant to be offensive to black people, and it's their way of celebrating Christmas and so on. Now, whether you're Black African or Black American, when you take a look at this, how do you feel? Do you think this is okay? If yes, then fair enough. But if no, then you should understand why the Zulus are offended. Now, for people in New Orleans, I get it. This is your tradition, this is your culture, and it's special to you because you had to build it in such a bad environment. Yeah, your ancestors had to do that in the 1900s. It's just kind of sad, I understand. But that being said, the origin of this was a skit. It's comedy, and you're calling it Zulu, which is offensive to actual Zulu people. Okay, it's a caricature of Africans, grass skirts, all that stuff. That's not that's not right. Okay. That being said, I'm not saying scrap this or get rid of it. No, continue. This is your tradition. This is what your ancestors left you, right? All I'm saying is, if you're gonna call it Zulu, at least do some research on the Zulu culture and show some respect to the Zulu tradition. And not only that, you can also incorporate other traditional African cultures and attires and so on, and have a tweak on it, mixing it with your culture. That's fine. I have no problem with that. All I'm saying is this is like a caricature, and it was meant to be a caricature because it's based on a skit and comedy, as you can see, as I've said. And if that doesn't work and you don't care, you want to keep everything the way it is, that's totally fine. But just remove the name Zulu, call it something else. Because again, if people appropriated your culture, your names and so on, you wouldn't like that. So why are you going to do that the other way? Let's not be hypocrites. You know what I mean? Let's have respect for each other as Black people. I'm a Pan-African. I want people to respect each other as Black people. All of us. And I'm seeing disrespect on both sides. It's just heartbreaking for me, man. Honestly. It breaks my heart. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. You guys let me know what you think.
I need y'all to look at this real quick.
They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us.
Oh, hell nah. My Mac done grew out. Now, I know your first instinct is going to be to go to those comments and get what you need to get up off your chest. Just because I know that's how we are. And those comments are nasty. But don't do it. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. There should not be any public displays of animosity towards one another across the diaspora, especially in today's climate. I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of this conversation pertaining to the Zulu tribe, I believe, versus the Zulu parade that they have in New Orleans because I live in the Northeast. But I do know that displays like this are tacky and tasteless, and I feel like they serve to do nothing but further divide us. Trust me, I'm not excusing her broken ebonic hip-hopping ass. Pertaining to this Zulu stuff, if an apology is not going to be had based on one culture feeling disrespected, then y'all need to come to some type of clarity. So there's some type of mutual understanding that one person is not trying to disrespect another person and that everything is being lost in translation. That's what needs to happen. We need to be better than this. Clown. Now to go flag that video.
I don't know if y'all been seeing this, but there's this whole diaspora war going on between Black Americans, my people, and South Africa. And it all started because of the Zulu parade in New Orleans and stuff like that. And now we're getting told, y'all don't have no culture, da, 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 da. And then what really got me, and this is why I say diaspora wars are so stupid. This South African, I don't remember the username, he posted a picture of a soul food plate with mac and cheese, greens, I believe it was either baked chicken or oxtail or something. And mind you, and yams, and mind you, the plate looks amazing. And he was like, yeah, y'all eat like this. This is just slop. Then he turns around and posts a picture of I guess a South African dish, the food they eat. Why the picture look damn near the same? Like when I say the picture looked damn near the same, I know it's not the exact same food, but it was very close to it. Diaspora wars are stupid. You're literally fighting with your cousin. Like it's the same. The plate looked damn near the same.
Guys, I figured out the problem. America is a copy and paste country. They all copy each other. Their influences are the same. There's no culture. There's nothing unique in that culture. So when they see South Africans and they see that we have so much diversity in our country, they want to participate. They want to be part of that. Hence the Zulu parade that they are doing. But anyways, last year there was an argument about the matric dresses, like how our dresses are so unique and their prom dresses are all the same, feather dusters, you know that. So I feel like they lack a sense of diversity. So I don't know if we should accommodate them or what, but I actually feel bad for them. Like, I feel so sorry. And now they are busy fighting in my previous video, but it's okay. It's fine.
Africans said the Zulu festival was racist and not a depiction of their culture. And in response to that, a lot of black Americans said, oh, well, it's still going to happen, so I'm still going to go because it's been happening for decades. And why wouldn't I go? Because I support it. And if you had a problem then and now, why haven't you said anything? And this is my problem. You don't have to participate in something if you know it's wrong. Specifically, if you just learned that it's wrong. We know that the cities are going to throw these goddamn festivals and these things that we shouldn't be going to. You want to know why? Because they make money off of it. Whose money do they make off of it? Yours. If you know that someone is telling you it is wrong to attend because it doesn't depict their culture correctly, sounds familiar? You shouldn't be going. You shouldn't be attending. Whether it started when Jesus started walking this earth or not, you shouldn't take your black ass there. And this is why I hate that in this community, I have to speak up and say these things. And the problem is, y'all don't give a like, there's things that I know are wrong and I don't attend. I wouldn't give a how y'all felt about it. Number one, the false prophets y'all follow into these goddamn churches. I don't give a how big they are. You will not catch my black ass in none of these goddamn churches, ever. I know they're wrong and I know they're out of pocket. So why can't you just accept that something is wrong and you shouldn't be attending it?
Zulu people from South Africa have said that they find the Zulu parade offensive because you are wearing our culture as a costume. First thing that you did was that you involved a witch doctor. First of all, you don't understand how important Isangoma or Inyanga is to our culture. You don't understand how important those people are to our communities. Second of all, a lot of people are talking about slavery and how black South Africans pandered to the white man. What white man? What white man? Our president's black. Majority of the people that represent us in parliament are black. What white man are you talking about? In that conversation, we were colonized by the same people. So I don't understand. We have nothing to do with the slave Atlantic trade. And I know about it because we were taught it in school. We were struggling with our own problems with apartheid. And in that, it's kind of crazy because you took the caricature that the white man made of us and put it on yourself. And it's okay for you to wear that caricature if it's pertaining to black Africans. But when it's pertaining to black Americans, suddenly, suddenly we have a problem. What black South Africans, what black Zulu South Africans, AmaZulu have told you, hey, we find this offensive. Stop wearing our culture as a costume. Stop. And I know some people are going to be like, you know what, educate yourself on it and dismiss everything that I've said. I did educate myself on it. I understand that enslaved black people were not allowed to participate in the parades, and when they decided to go with this name, they decided to wear those clothes. But it still doesn't change the fact that it's offensive. I've educated myself. I think it's time for other people to educate themselves. Because as Zulu people, as the Zulu nation, as AmaZulu, we have said, Uguti, you guys are disrespecting us. And just because something happens for over 100 years does not make it okay to do. As Zulu people, we have said, we find this offensive. We don't like you wearing our culture, our traditions as a costume. We don't find it flattering. We don't find it as cultural appreciation. It's appropriation. It's disrespectful. We don't like it. Name it something else. That's all we're asking. We're not saying abolish the parade. We're not saying don't do your parade. We're saying name it something else. Take out the witch doctor. Don't base it on us.
Alright, this is my 2 cents about the whole Zulu parade in New Orleans and the Zulu Nation, the South Africans going back and forth. I'm going to be 100% honest. First of all, y'all not going to put us all in the same boat, okay? Them New Orleans niggas is different. They their own people, okay? Alright, so we're not going to put all black Americans in this shit, okay? I've never been to New Orleans. I've never been to Bourbon Street. I've never been down there, so I don't even know what the f is going on until I actually went and looked. I do know about the Zulu Nation, everything that takes place over there, because I've been trying to appropriate myself with the culture. To see the New Orleans, bruh, y'all got to be kidding me. That shit look like a clown show. That shit like a mockery. That shit like some shit they made y'all do when y'all was in slavery to put on a show for them. That shit ain't appropriate. And I side with the South Africans on this one.
Wait, I just heard about the news that South Africa is mad at us for having a Zulu Ball parade. How y'all mad that we got a Zulu Ball parade and we celebrate our African history here? What y'all mad about? That we got the name Zulu here too? How y'all mad at us? They took us from there and brought us here. How y'all mad that we using the Zulu name? No, y'all asses deny. Y'all better stay right where y'all at and be happy that y'all still where y'all come from. Cause we not where we come from no more. We from here. Nah. So we got to celebrate what we got here. And y'all got to celebrate what y'all got there. And that's how that go.
Here's my 3 cents on the Zulu Parade. And mind you, I am Black American, but I am not from New Orleans. The Zulu Parade or even Mardi Gras is not a part of my cultural expression or my cultural identity as a Black American. But I just want to give everybody in the diaspora some food for thought. Can it be that when our brethren in Blackness deem something that is done in their name as disrespectful or offensive, can it just be that? An example, when folks are walking around doing AAVE, in box braid, being caricatures of Black Americanness, and we say that it's offensive, and other people who are not culturally Black American say that it's not offensive, it's disrespectful to us because culturally, that's not who we are. So although the Zulu Parade is over 100 years old, in 2025, Zulu people in South Africa are saying, hey, that's offensive. And it's no shade, but blackface in 2025? No matter what the history, the minstrel show thing is just always going to be like, ooh, for me. Can we, as Black folks of the diaspora, be able to say, you know what? I see you, I hear you, and I recognize that culturally this isn't as sound as maybe we thought it was. And although we may have done this thing our whole lives, once folks educate us on how it is that we can position ourselves to learn more, to do better, then can we just do that without the back and forth?
African Americans, we need to talk. A conversation about the Zulu Parade in New Orleans, USA, brings up a bigger conversation. The conversation that I'm trying to have sits in a very uncomfortable place. It sits between a diasporic disconnection and the romanticizing of Africanness. Having a diasporic or an African disconnect is no excuse. By now, we all know that African Americans have historically been disconnected from their African roots due to slavery. So it is understandable when it comes to the celebration of heritage that some seek a connection that they often misplace. But in doing so, they fall into this very imperialistic trap of generalizing and idealizing Africanness without proper engagement, without research, and without true curiosity about the lived experiences of those cultural groups. Calling something an African Zulu Parade speaks to a surface level engagement on what it means to be African, what it means to where you come from regionally on the continent, and just ethnically what it means to be Zulu. It also speaks to a lack of knowledge that South Africa is in the southern tip of Africa. Transatlantic slavery came from West Africa. The hard truth is this echoes what colonizers did, extracting fashion, culture, language, religion, even hygiene practices, knowledge, while disregarding the actual lived experience of the people that they are extracting from. Which brings me to my second point, romanticization. Many African Americans look to Africa, the continent, and the diaspora for cultural pride and very often spiritual grounding. But when this admiration and honor of a specific community leads to distortion and misinformation, that's where things become offensive. This idea of Africa as a costume rather than Africa as a lived experience. This brings me back to my first point. It becomes problematic when African Americans decide that they can recreate or re-own someone's culture. Although sometimes it is with good intention, honestly, it reflects an imperialist mindset. Think about Wakanda, how Africa was generalized into one conglomerate of blackness. It displayed pride, it displayed honor, but did it display knowledge? So honor, solidarity, and respect for a cultural group cannot be seen as that without humility. Cultural reconnection has to come with deep listening, collaboration, and consent. And know that being an African is not a performance or a costume, but a lived experience of people who are trying to educate you